Good evening and welcome to Normal World. This is the news. A 71-year-old serial bank robber who spent 40 years in prison has struck again, getting away with almost 60 grand in cash from an LA bank. The teller knew he was old when he told her to fill his colostomy bag with smackarolas if he didn't want her to get a knuckle sandwich.
Ooh. The bank robber actually got away in a Volvo, so not only was he very old, but he was also a lesbian.
He's a large.
Yes. They know how to get around.
Mm-hmm. Yes, a supermarket worker in Poland who found exactly 352 pounds of cocaine in a banana delivery said he immediately reported it to the authorities. Shaking like a chihuahua in a snowstorm and with gums numb enough for a root canal, the worker said it was definitely 352 pounds of cocaine and not 353 pounds of cocaine.
Wonder where it went.
Yeah.
A man on eBay was claiming to sell a old walking stick by Queen Elizabeth was found to be fraudulent after a police investigation. Buyers knew something was amiss when they looked at the seller's other items, and including a vacuum-sealed queef from Meghan Markle.
That's true.
Wow.
She keeps those to smell them herself.
She was on Suits.
Yeah. What?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Man.
She was.
And she, that was pre-princess or whatever, Duchess. Hi, I'm Dave Landau. Welcome to Normal World.
Quarter black Garrett.
Angela.
Angela. What up?
And Angela's here. And host of many shows, The Erik Nagel Show, and other shows, and friend of mine. And he's back.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Please welcome Erik Nagel.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Dave. Hello, Garrett. Hello, Angela.
What's up? Hi.
Nice
Good
to see you again.
Yes.
I heard you had a fun trip here.
Yeah, I never have either a travel or restaurant experience go just normally. There's always something amiss. Something's going
a friend
on.
like that, yeah.
One, I had an extremely large person in the middle seat next to me, so I'm leaning over my aisle seat, constantly getting hit by drink carts because there's just no room for me to move.
Is Christy because you flew out of Jersey?
That was the last time.
Okay.
That was the last time. He was right in front of me on the clear line and then going through TSA.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I should have given you that
Yeah.
He
photo
just
too.
dropped out, too. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad day
Oh,
for everyone.
why? He seemed like he was a sure thing.
Yeah, we went through TSA together, and we were talking a little bit down the escalator, and we shook hands. He was going to New Hampshire at the time to speak for some rally or whatever they had going up there.
Rally burger.
So I'm going right to my gate, and he makes a beeline right over to the taco place or Jersey Mike's Subs. It was one of the two of those lines.
A
over
little
there.
of each.
A little of each, maybe. Because you might get delayed, so you got to have a backup snack.
Oh, you have the image. They have the image.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
wait,
do.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
No,
Oh, no, not that image.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the
Hey.
other
I'm
one.
so sorry.
Whoa.
today's image.
Hey, goodness.
Are you from the future?
Spoilers.
So with that photo, you can bring it back up.
Yeah.
That was a guy diagonal from me, the next row up in the aisle seat there. He watched anime porn almost the entire flight. And the only time he stopped watching it was to watch Kelsey Cook's special.
Really?
Yeah,
I like Kelsey.
I do too.
I've never watched anime porn.
Yeah, I haven't
Honestly,
either.
haven't.
That's art.
I looked
consider.
over and I see this bloody samurai fight happening, and I'm like, that's interesting.
Cool.
And then the rest of the movie
Not
is
a
the
sword
guy,
at all.
the guy who walks into like a geisha house,
Uh-huh.
and it's just him with all these Japanese women taking their robes off, and he's like in a steam bath or a pool.
Yeah.
And that was the rest of the thing. And then he stops it, goes to another one, and it's almost the same story. it's different characters, but they're in another geisha house. I'm like, what?
Memorized and geishas.
They look the same.
Titties the whole time.
I'm just talking about the animes, not the real people.
Like United really has stepped up their in-flight entertainment.
It looks like he brought his own, though.
Oh, you think he downloaded
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I
He
don't
was
think
like, this
they have
isn't good
anime
enough.
porn, do they?
They have a Serbian film.
Do they?
Yeah.
Serbian
Who are the people
porn?
watching these things?
No, that's
like,
not what
what
that
kind
is.
of person watches that? They know there's other people around.
Nobody cares
Oh, I
anymore.
got you.
We're at that point where people are walking around FaceTime in stores, but they're not even looking at the FaceTime. They're holding the phone next to their ear like this while the guy's looking. Whoever they're talking to is looking up at the ceiling, looking at the aisle of whatever they're buying, and they're talking on speakerphone really loud, not giving a shit that there's anybody in the store. What's the difference being on the plane where it's like, I'm just going to watch, beheading videos and anime porn, and I don't care whoever else is around me.
Well, speakerphone has always been an issue, and now music again, where it's like headphones haven't been invented.
Yeah, and they just
People
blast
just
it.
play it. And it's like, you have to know this is wrong. Like, you don't because you have no manners and you're trash.
They don't care.
You should know.
Blasting
this.
music, smoking vapes, just all back.
Yeah,
I
vapes can just go to hell.
on my flight back from the UK, there was a guy sitting right next to me, and all he watched was Suits. Literally the entire flight. It was like 9 hours straight of Suits.
That's more upsetting than anime. porn.
It was because I don't know what's going
There's like
on.
11 seasons of that.
There's a million
reason
seasons.
there
He
should
watched
be.
for like 5 seasons straight up, and it's the same scene over and over. There's a guy, another guy walks in the room, they go, and then one guy leaves.
High Suits.
100 times in a row.
They're all named Suits. Like they're all last
What
names.
is this?
Is that what it is?
I don't
what
know.
it is.
It's what I say in my head. I've never seen the show.
It's like if you were watching Rizzoli and Isles the whole time. I would be like, why?
It's like you just yip yapping for an hour straight.
The only way I
nothing
knew that
happens.
show existed was the little teasers during the breaks of Monday Night Raw.
Wasn't it? Yeah,
They only
it
show like the best part, right?
Yeah.
When something actually happens.
was TNT, right?
I believe so. Yeah, one of those.
When they tried to do original programming.
USA or something.
And they had the one with Zach Morris as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, Franklin and Bash.
Franklin and Bash.
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't you know that?
I know the commercials. They ran during wrestling, so that's how I
Brutal.
knew.
It was
It was the
brutal.
kid from Road Trip, who, by kid, I mean 50-year-old man, Breckenmeyer.
Breckenmeyer.
He created the series.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was his baby.
He
was
also
like,
created not Robot Chicken. Yeah, Robot Chicken with
part
Seth
of-
Green.
part of it,
with Seth Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is Seth Green on the naughty list? I heard that he was accused of some things.
Wait, was he on the Lolita list?
No, not the Lolita list, but I heard that he was in some shenanigans a while ago. But I'm a Seth Green fan.
Me too.
Wouldn't it be great
I
if
hope
it was
it's not.
shoplifting? He's just stealing the toys because they don't have a budget anymore to make Robot Chicken. So he's just lifting things from a
okay.
Target.
Isn't Cartoon Network gone?
No,
No, it's
it's
still
just there during the day.
It's just depleted.
It's that old
everything
relic
else we
of, remember how Nickelodeon used to be up until like 8 p.m. and then after 8 p.m. it was something else until they invented Nick at Night.
Nick at
So
Night,
it was
yeah.
old reruns.
Yeah.
They're still doing the split network. Like during the day it's cartoons, at night it's Adult Swim, and then after one it's all infomercials.
Then you got to watch The Nanny and MASH and get all
Yeah.
dirty. No?
No?
Welcome Back Cotter, just constantly jerking off to his wife.
Yeah, with his hot wife for some reason when he's an inner city school teacher with tough.
They always have hot wives.
John Travolta.
Yeah, Gabe Cabin with his bed, porn mustache, and his gambling problem.
Yes, and he was a comic. He's one of the first comics to get like.
You know, he gave all that up because he was making too much money at poker.
Are you serious?
Really?
Gabe Kaplan did?
He stopped doing a lot of his stand up. He did it occasionally, but he was so invested in all those world poker tournaments that he was just making too much money playing poker that he stopped doing everything else.
Did he end up losing everything?
No.
Oh, so he just kept making money.
Made more money, I think, playing poker
That
than
never happened.
having a successful. Like he was on the time, not only having the successful sitcom, but he was on Johnny Carson all the time when it meant something. So he was world renowned, but he was making more money just doing shitty poker tournaments that showed up at ESPN2 on Saturday morning, and that's where he made his bones.
That's like the
That and Norm.
opposite of what I did.
Oh, well.
Or Norm.
Norm. He
Go
like-
with Norm.
Bankrupt like multiple times. Look at that.
And always thrown into a dumpster at the end.
Every time.
Dude, Gabe Kaplan, that's why he quit?
Well, he just kind of stopped. You know, like he would show up every now and then and do certain maybe corporate gigs or charity events and stuff like that, doing stand up. But yeah, he was killing it playing poker.
The money that they made in entertainment by doing Carson and selling tickets was obscene. Obscene for that era.
It was Taylor Swift level infamy because everybody around the world knows Taylor but doesn't know Joe Coy.
No.
You know, when he came out to do the Golden Globes, everyone's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" America knows who he is.
Well, now they
Canada
know
knows.
who he is.
I know who
They're
he is, yeah.
upset at him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you just went and did one guest spot on Carson, and your comedy tour was booked for the next year. Like you're playing all the big rooms and all.
Well, there were like 3-4 channels back then, so everybody was watching that. And it had that a lot more cultural relevancy because everybody watched it.
Yeah, a bad night for
sitcom,
Carson
same
was
thing.
like 22 million people watched this week compared to
Right.
29 last week. Now any of the late night shows is like, hey, 2.1, Colbert's #1 again. It's like, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, Carson was the guy. Like, if there was a room of movie stars, they were waiting for Carson.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to get in good with him to promote whatever it was they had to promote. He was the star. They wanted to,
And he let
Search
comics be comics
Yes.
on the show. A lot of these shows now don't let comics be comics. It's like, oh, what bits do you want to do? It's like, what do you want to talk about? You can do the setup, but comics have to do parts of their routine.
You mean literally every show?
Yeah. But Carson would go, what do you want to do? Rodney goes, start off with this line and then I'll just do the rest. And Johnny would go, okay. And he would throw out the line and then let Rodney go. Let Don Rickles go. Let all Cosby, before he, things went bad. All these big Albert Brooks, all his spots on Johnny Carson. It's like Johnny would say one thing and just let them be comics and say and do whatever they want.
Well, Rodney would sit down and just destroy. He just said, I gotta quit drinking. I went, you know how it is. You wake up and there's just some kid that doesn't speak English playing with your feet.
Yeah.
And then you just Johnny just losing his mind.
Johnny's crying, laughing,
You could go back
smoking
and
a
watch them
cigarette,
still.
leaning back, just
On
like
YouTube.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, the full episodes on YouTube. You can watch them all. It's really good.
Yeah, Johnny's family owns the Carson production, so they figured out a while back. It's like, hey, nobody's syndicating these shows anymore. Might as well just throw them on YouTube, and they make all their money that way.
It's so much fun to watch the old ones, and then it's fun to watch the ones where everybody's a little bit past their prime and comes out and Dean Martin's just drunk.
Yeah.
Bob Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stopped having Bob Hope on. At one point,
He was too much of like.
well, he's like, I just
handful.
can't. He was pulling teeth.
Yeah, he wasn't that good, but Bob was so synonymous with NBC. Like, NBC rarely ever told Johnny what he could do. But when it came to Bob, it's like, Bob's doing a special, Bob's opening up something, whatever.
Yeah.
You need to have Bob on the show. And that was I think one of the rare things that Johnny couldn't fight against was having Bob Hope on the show.
So I think the moment that he could, he was like, no.
Yeah.
And it was if you did an impression of him, like Dana Carvey did, and he wasn't back. That was the one thing he did in front of him. And then it was Rich Little did it, and Rich Little was huge on his show. He never came back. He was very sensitive to being made fun of.
They brought Rich Little in for when they did the Late Shift movie about Leto and Letterman.
Yes.
Johnny was
Wore a late
played by
night.
Rich Little.
Yep.
No one cares about this stuff.
I know they probably don't, but I think it's very interesting because I loved it.
I do too.
And I
still
think
go back
Johnny
and
was
watch
the
that
best.
stuff.
Yeah, Johnny was the best, dude.
I missed all of that. My main memory is watching the commercials for the Johnny Carson show. The ones where they'd sell you giant box sets of
The
like
big VHS volume.
Yeah. And you'd get like all the best jokes, and they would play it like every single commercial break. So that's what I remember it.
Yeah, they still have the roast box sets you can order.
Yeah, I bought it a couple years ago. The Dean Martin Celebrity Roast.
Yep.
They hacked the shit out of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's like, I know they had to cut it down for time, so it's not like watching, poor Groucho Marx stumble to the podium there. When he was on, he's great, but just it takes them a while to all these geriatric comedians of the day are trying to just walk up to the stage. They cut that stuff. But it's like they tighten up their sets. It's like these were the guys that you didn't have to tighten up their sets. Don Rickles, if he was going to go and just trash the room, let it go. Let it go for 10 minutes. Do everything that came on there.
Well, that's all he did. I remember he looked at, what was it? Sammy Davis Jr. He's like, Frank's upstairs. He wants you to go tap dance while he shaves.
Yeah.
It's the shittiest.
But he also would, if you were good, he'd let you shit on him.
Of course.
Don didn't take insults kindly unless you were a comedian and could do it right. If you could, he would get more mad that you didn't do it right than you were insulting him. But when you see all these other legends, Dean Martin is just shitting on Don Rickles, Carson, Jackie Gleason, when he would be on there, and Art Carney, and they would make jokes and everything. You'd see Don Rickles would be the first there laughing, keeling over, like, yep, you got me. That was a great joke.
There's not enough. I feel like that needs to get out more. Like I love that Johnny Carson episodes because I've gone back and watched some. I love that they're out there. But yeah, there's like a whole generation and a culture that isn't preserved at all because it's like TV culture and it just has been kind of thrown away.
It's preserved more than you think. There's a lot of that on YouTube. You can find a lot of that stuff. I think the problem is it's not, one, algorithms, but two, it's not presented to younger people. It's like, hey, learn from the past. If you want to be a writer, want to be a comic, watch these guys, watch all you can, get influenced, think of ideas, see what they do, and build from there. A lot of it nowadays, and maybe it's walking back, hopefully, but a lot of it is now, it's like, well, I can't watch Johnny Carson stuff. Why? Well, did you hear the stories that he was married like 3 times and he was an abusive alcoholic and all these other things? So who the person was now negates the artist. And then they don't want to know anything about it anymore. It's like, oh, well, this guy had Desi Arnaz, womanizer, drinker, all this stuff. And look at what he did to Lucy Ball. We can't watch I Love Lucy anymore. It's like, what? You're drawing that conclusion? Yeah. Watch the show, not the person's real life, and learn from it. But I think that's what prevents a lot of younger people from seeing this stuff, is because all these fantastic artists have questionable or difficult past. I'm not talking like a Cosby situation. We're human beings, and you're not allowed to be that anymore.
Well, yeah, because Johnny Carson, I read the book that his lawyer wrote, and it is about how he was very, very manipulative of his wife. A lot of, but I mean, he was
females.
Yeah, but he was all of them, and he was an adulterer. He was alcoholic. All that. Not a great father. He was also the king of late night.
Yeah,
and that's just sort of what happened. Who has, I hate to say it, but it's like that he didn't have time to do anything but kind of be a gigantic star. And unfortunately, with that at that time just came not the best person off stage. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that he wasn't amazing when the cameras were on.
Yeah, it just, a lot of that gets...
You lose it when you try to cancel the entire artist in the entire genre, and you go, these people had demons. It's like, yeah, everybody does. All people have
I'm not saying that they were right in any way, but the most creative stuff comes out of people that have have the issues, look at all the music. How much of great music has been drug influenced? They were written on every kind of narcotic known to man, or alcohol, or whatever experience they were going through, and they put out something amazing that everybody loves.
Benny Mardones. She's only 16 years old.
Oh,
say
that was a fun bit. Do you know that bit you guys did with that still gets so much hate from older people?
Is it really?
That's not what the song was about. It's like,
yes, it was.
Shut up. It was.
Throws a carpet into a child's room and takes her on a magic carpet ride. Where did we get confused?
He's standing outside her window while she's brushing her hair, and he's just looking in. He's lurking and peeping at this underage girl.
Right.
And they're trying to say, that's not what the song was about.
He knocks on the door, and the dad answers and lip syncs, she's only 16 years old.
Yeah.
There's nothing. That's exactly what this is.
So, it's a different time.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's a metaphor. That's why he's on a magic carpet with her.
And that song gets defended, but then they shit on Neil Diamond for writing Sweet Caroline. He's like, oh, he was inspired by Caroline
they shit
Kennedy.
on him for You'll Be a Woman Soon.
There's also...
I wish he was sitting outside a playground. Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
Just strumming the guitar, sitting on the
binoculars.
Please,
you'll be a woman soon.
Drink this wine.
He's dragging his feet under the swing as it's going back and forth.
That's why they sings that really fast part, so you don't really know what he's saying. It's like, you're just my type. What?
Wait, what?
Nippers?
Oh, this is the
Reverend
radio. We
Blue
can't rewind
Jeans
that.
after
I don't think that's what I heard. No,
Yeah,
no.
wait for it to come back on the radio.
Yeah, all those songs, though. I mean, you have to look at Jerry Lee Lewis. There was a statue erected of him, which...
Yeah.
But yeah, forever in the South. And I mean, Great Balls of Fire is clearly about his crotch. The guy's... Pardon me. Having sexual intercourse with this 13-year-old cousin. I don't want to come off uncouth. And
just
marrying her. Yeah. He couldn't tour because basically if he went to any other country that wasn't the U.S., they'd arrest him. I mean, a lot of people were scumbags back then. And look at Lisa Marie Presley.
That's just how it was done in the South.
Yeah.
Just
That's just how it was, all right?
It was a different time,
It's a different time.
It's a different time.
Also, it was easier to hide than it is now because of, we have the internet and social media, and it's like people are still like that. They just know how to hide it better.
Back when money was money, you could hire yes men to quiet the other people.
Yeah, and you were just like, how old are you? You don't have any ID, right?
No matter, I play the piano.
Oh, come on. This is Priscilla. She's, how old? 15? 18?
Old enough.
All right.
Don't matter.
Let's go. Let's get married.
Grass on the field, play ball.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm going to go work at the Hilton until I get fat and die. All right.
There's a video where
They say that he was like the fat Elvis years, right? When you look at pictures at him, he's not that fat compared to like the
He's
average
bloated.
person.
Oh, the now?
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be very handsome.
He'd be super. He's thin.
There's only
basically.
moments there where you're like, wow, your liver's backed up. Like there are parts where he's like 250 and just
Sweating.
He's wearing like
his last
4 lays.
performance that they had on video. He's just chugging like 48-ounce Coca-Colas while he's playing the piano, but then he's still like belting it out. Yeah.
there was a video talking about Elvis's death, about how he died on the toilet, and I couldn't believe that they were serious, but I was thinking about it and looking up some stuff, and I was like, oh, this seems to be probable. He would have lived had he done any other drug than heroin, because apparently heroin backs you up and it prevents you from going to the bathroom.
Really?
So he had an impacted colon because of heroin, not the cheeseburgers and the fried banana peanut butter sandwiches and all the other unhealthy shit he was eating and drinking.
Oh no, it was the pills, the opioids.
Oh, that
Just
was
heroin,
mixed in
yeah,
too,
there's
right.
the opioids. Yeah, because heroin you could easily
opioid.
cook on something like a magic spoon.
Oh man,
Magic
was masterful,
spoon, I
sir.
gotta tell you, magic spoon, ladies and gentlemen.
that was good.
I'll tell you right now, has reinvented your favorite childhood cereals to taste great, but each serving contains 0 grams of sugar.
That's not possible.
13, I'm telling you right now, it is 13 to 14 grams of protein and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs per serving. Wholesome. That's what you need. You need protein. It's a keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, and soy-free way to really live those moments watching your favorite cartoons on a plane, whether it be anime porn or something that's actually normal. Plus, it's only 140 calories per serving.
What?
There's plenty of options. I'm telling you right now, QB.
Hey, a lot of you guys, you're doing the whole new year, new me kind of thing, trying to lose some weight. I know
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I might try this. I've tried it before. I actually like.
Yeah,
Magic
actually,
Spoon. I reached out. I was like, hey, we're talking about which sponsors to get, and I was like, Magic Spoon,
Yep.
because I actually like it.
I did
think
too.
it's best without milk or skim milk or anything. You just like get out of the bag.
I personally like the honey nut. I'm not going to lie. That was
Pretty good too.
that's my jam, but they also have cocoa, fruity, blueberry muffin.
Cinnamon.
Oh, it's good.
Very
I had a
Magic.
peanut butter one for a while.
They had a peanut butter.
Maple
that was-
waffle.
that's
They still have it, my friend.
Oh, good.
I know, you're in luck. And look, it's only got with only 1 gram of sugar and 1 to 2 grams of net carbs, you're going to feel good all day. You're going to feel healthy. You're going to drop a little bit of weight, and you can even do like treats with them. You can
I
make
just want to say, the
Really?
1 gram of sugar, because we just mentioned that there's 0 in the cereal.
right.
These are the treats that they're offering now.
Okay,
They
so they
offer
up it-
treats now.
Up it.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
I didn't
Like
even realize
cereal
they do that.
bars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's what the
Like a
1 gram of
crispy
sugar
treat?
is. Yes.
If you want to get a discount, go to magicspoon.com/normal. Elvis wishes he would have. And grab a custom bundle of cereal and try the Magic Spoon for yourself. And don't forget to add their delicious treats, which we just mentioned. Be sure to use our promo code NORMAL. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy you did, and you're going to feel more confident about your body
Yeah.
when you die at the Hilton playing piano.
Magicspoon.com/normal. And use code NORMAL to save $5 off.
Magic Spoon. Take it back to your childhood when Elvis would want to make sweet. All right.
Still alive.
Oh, fond memories.
It really is a good product.
Maybe they'll be influenced and we get a peanut butter and banana monk
Whoa.
Magic Spoon bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Oh,
are
the king.
silly. Like, have you heard these Stanley Quencher cups?
I have not heard about these, and you were telling me about this before, Eric. So
Yeah.
could
It's
you
an
explain
internet
this to me
sensation.
again? What it is and what's going on?
So, if you're not familiar, Stanley, it's these oversized, awkward, insulated beverage containers. It was mainly for like blue collar guys, construction guys, guys who drive trucks, things like that. So they could go into a 7-Eleven or somewhere, fill up with coffee, and then they were good for a while. That coffee stays hot.
Those guys and soccer moms. Kind of the crossover there.
Yes, that's where it leads all over to. So they've been around for decades. And usually they were like military green or some kind of like beige color, regular worker guy kind of things. And then several months ago, somebody on TikTok started making the Stanley Cup a thing. Like, oh, you guys love those big giant water containers that says drink every 2 hours with an inspirational note. You got to get these Stanley Cups. Look how amazing this is. It just came in blue, so you got to get the blue thing. Somehow this thing blew up, and online people were now becoming obsessed with getting these cups, mostly females. And Stanley doesn't market to them, but saw where this was going, and they said, well, let's just steer into that skid.
Go right in there.
And they started making designer colors. There's like different toppers on the things now. Like there's something with like I think for Christmas they had a pink one with a candy cane looking straw. There's like a ballerina dancer top. Like it's all this nonsense.
Like
They're about
pumpkin
45
spice kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
They're about $45.
I was going to say,
$45?
they were $45, but they've been selling out. And I just wanted to show you guys.
For a cup?
There's people selling them on eBay, and you got to look at these prices.
Let's take a look.
Are they insulated or something?
Yeah.
They're these big clunky insulated cups that eventually we're going to hear somebody bash somebody in the head with them, like a true crime story.
I think you're
They're weapons, dude. It's for real. I have one that's an insulated cup. It's just a water bottle. Those are great for water, but they use this for coffee.
like a waffle iron in the movie thing.
Don't use it for display.
How much?
It's like
This is like a
sneakerheads. They have them on their desks for when they're streaming on Twitch. They have them on their bookshelves. They're taking photos for their social media. The big run was because now Christmas has been over for 2 weeks, so of course it's Valentine's Day is the
So
big
it's like
push.
my Pog collection.
Exactly.
Hey,
Did you know Alf is
Love
back in
Pogs.
Pog form?
Are you serious, Elf?
really?
Alf.
The alien that eats cats?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Yeah. So, we'll get to that in a second.
Where do I
Yeah,
get
I
it?
want to know about this.
The Stanley Cup thing, they
See
put
in the
out a
mall?
red and a pink one at Target. And they posted online, look
What?
at those
On
things.
eBay,
What?
How much is it?
13,000.
Wait, my wife has
11,000.
one of these. Holy crap. Okay.
Yeah, 11,000.
I've already been affected.
10,000.
Wait, I can sell this?
That's what they did.
They're
Are these
pink.
like special edition?
They said it was,
Barbie
but
ones
it's
or
just
something?
like a glitter pink. No, there's no like cross branding with
I'm
it.
going to go into the nice part of town and start killing housewives. I just got me a...
They have a fortune.
Breaking and entering, just
What is
bludgeoning people
this
to death
is the
with Stanley
problem though?
Cups.
Is you just design ugly stuff, tell people it's important, say there's a limited amount, and then dumb people will buy it and think there's a value to a piece of plastic.
Here's where it
Like
changed.
on TikTok though.
Here's where it changed. Companies used to do this with like blind boxes where you don't know, like, oh, there's these great figures,
Right.
but you don't know which one's
Talking
in the
about
box.
a blind girl's cooter.
I'm sorry.
Those are all sold out. They're on eBay for like $900,000.
Helen Keller's vagina. Sold out in a minute.
It looks like a golden raisin.
It's probably the most unkempt thing you've ever seen.
So companies used to do this.
Whoa, I can't even wash it.
The blind box stuff, the mystery boxes, things like that.
Here, Bush.
That's where companies used to step in. Now companies aren't even taking the lead on it anymore. It's dumb people on the internet, influencers, that are coming up with these ideas, and it starts to build some kind of a trend, buzz, and the companies go, did you see what they're doing online? Hey, let's do what they're saying, and then they make all the money.
Started
from
with
this stuff.
Szechuan sauce with Rick and Morty. They did the Szechuan sauce thing, and then there was kids spurging out all over the place trying to get it. And it was like, oh, wait, we could do this on all kinds of stuff. And then they did it recently. That was like 10 years ago. Then they did it recently with the Grimace shakes.
Right.
Grimace shake came out. It was just like, oh, hey, we're going to celebrate Grimace's birthday. And then TikTok went and did a bunch of dumb stuff. And then it became a meme.
Company didn't develop the grimace horror genre that was coming from it, but they didn't condone it either. So they're like, do what you want, but it's not us doing it.
Yeah.
This time around, it's people online are taking products that exist and saying that they mean something. So then the companies see that there's some interest, so they lean into it and then reap the rewards without having to do any of the marketing or coming up with these stupid ideas. This Target incident with the red and the pink cups, people were breaking into stores. They were knocking each over like in a Black Friday experience, trying to get these cups.
Easy. Friday.
Yeah.
Friday experience where the sign say
American.
limit 2, but you just see fat women grabbing like handfuls of these cups and trying to walk out with them. It doesn't mean anything. But these people think it means something.
We
and
live
that's
in a
why
weird
they're making the
meta
money off
universe right now where it's like they don't need the marketing because people will market it to each other and it's like this weird circular marketing scheme that we live in.
Right.
You're going to be on TikTok and you want to make TikTok so you can get eyeballs on yourself, but then you also have a marketing scheme going on with that. Dude, what the heck's going on with our culture?
Because of this nonsense,
Yeah.
up until last year, Stanley was making, the company overall was making like $73 million, which is
Respectable
pretty
for a
good,
cup
right?
company.
Because of this thing that started happening in the midpoint of last year, they're going estimating going in through the rest of this year. Their estimates are $750 million because their designer cups
10
they're putting out.
times
Yeah.
in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just have to say, why don't we just
This would be
say
the perfect time for us to release a cup. God,
we need to put out a cup right now. Or merch of any kind.
of any kind.
Yeah.
Network. Any merch. I'm
Just some, like a T-shirt,
going to start doing
like a
it.
scarf.
You know what I think there should be a run on?
What?
Miracle Made Sheets.
Oh.
I mean, you got
You're
to
on
talk.
fire
I'm
today.
telling you right now.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
These are, thank you.
I have a set of them.
You said you're amazing.
I
But
have a set of the Miracle Sheets, and the way that they're hung up, it makes my daughter think that she has an actual room in our studio apartment.
Oh, that's nice. I like that too.
Nice. They're soft.
You live in a Wonka house?
You can use them as dividers. Yeah, that's great. You can make forts out of them. Very
Yeah.
soft. Thread count's very high.
Yeah.
So they're, that they're going to be.
They really feel amazing. I like mine a lot.
have one- I
and they're
finally got mine.
cooling. They're inspired by NASA.
Well, those are always great things.
They're right upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. They,
Wow.
sometimes you
Explode
feel
upon impact.
they while your kids
Or take
watch.
off. Either one.
Yeah.
Only one teacher has passed away
This is
inside.
our
of it.
last read. But
They know what
today-
they bought a ticket for.
Yes, I know. They know we love them because it is it really is one of our favorite sponsors.
Legitimately have, yeah.
Yeah, I legitimately use them.
Cuddle up in them all.
And I use their 3 towels, which is a hand, face, and body, which that means
Whole set.
Also for whipping.
Yeah, they're great for whipping. I take mine down to the old locker room at the high school and see if I can convince them that
It's a nice pre-show ritual here to get everybody pumped for the show. Dave rat tails it up and is wrapping Garrett in the back of the head, in the bottom.
All the
Yeah,
time.
Words of encouragement.
yeah,
It's called masculine bonding.
yeah. That's what my doctor calls it.
Yeah.
He does.
You're a psychiatrist?
No, I go to a doctor who just hits me with a towel. He calls it a physical.
And said, "There's nothing wrong with you. Stop coming here every day."
Yes, he does. And he says,
Leave me alone.
I'm not a doctor. This is a Russian sauna. And I say, Daddy, want more? Anyway, you can save 40% and use your promo code NORMAL at checkout when you go to, I can't see the website.
TryMiracle.com/normal.
Did you see how they were right on top of that?
Look at
Like
that.
my doctor riding me around his office like a horse, right on top of it. And go there, save 40%, get your 3 towels, and look at that. Look how comfortable
Look at
she
it.
is. She's like, oh, this is great. My uncle can't hurt me anymore. So just go to trymiracle.com/normal, and you are going to feel like you are laying in a cloud in heaven.
I think Miracle's going to like that one more than
Any of
our
the other ones.
the Flash one.
Oh, the Flash?
Yeah, well,
Well, I think that they should like it because we are huge fans of the product. And
Genuinely,
honestly, it's
yeah.
cooling. Like, so many sheets make me hot, especially my leather ones that I like to use. But those make me feel cool.
those are for special occasions.
They are. They're like the good china. You only bring out the leather sheets for
Right.
certain company.
Easily clean, too. Miracle, you should think about leather sheets.
Yeah, these are kind of self-cleaning where my leather ones are not.
Just wipe them down.
They really, I mean, you can, but they
Get
do,
like
they
a
pick up
hose?
an odor. Yeah.
And the neighbors are always questioning because Dave likes to hang his laundry outside like he lives in the Midwest in the early turn of the century. So they're just out there with big wooden clothespins flapping in the wind.
It's true. And my leather sheets have nipples on them.
Well,
I actually did know a man who had bedding made of beaver fur that he trapped.
Yeah.
He trapped
Himself.
beavers. Yes, he made them himself out of beavers.
What was her name?
We've met. Just a bunch of slits.
All the beaver he trapped is just he pulled the
Netted
sheets
blanket.
up and it's just a hole like in Silence of the Lambs. They're all just down there. He's lowering bottles of lotion.
Looks like
Made of
40
cubes.
tortellinis. It's just like, what is this?
this isn't part of the read.
No.
Just
No,
to
no,
be
no.
clear.
We've moved on from the
We've
read.
moved way. This is a completely different subject.
And
That's
edit.
disgusting. I made it out of
And cut.
made it out of beavers. Okay, why? I don't know.
He lived by a bunch of beavers, and he was like, "Oh, those rascals are getting my Brittany's all riled up."
I'm
Really?
cold.
Seriously.
My Britneys?
Yeah, he had 2 Brittany dogs.
Where were you living at the time?
Here.
On a prairie?
Yeah.
Were you wearing a tasseled jacket and a?
Seems
I
she was
was.
living where the deer and the antelope play.
I love that every once in a while we get a little glimpse into the Angela world. Just,
Just a little
interesting
taste.
place.
I mean, to the times when she was living in a forest. And I guess like, you won't see
Dated
my
a wizard or
skin
something one
sheets.
time.
The weirdest
I
pickup
did.
line.
Wizard Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have to cut it. What
I
happened?
was going to say, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me January 18th at Hyenas in Dallas, Texas. Come out to the show. And also January 19th and 20th at the Funny Bone in Richmond, Virginia. Those are the 2 I'm going to talk about right now. What about you?
You can find me on Friday Night Tights. As always, we're going to be talking about Echo, the awesome Marvel product that's come out this week. So look forward to that on the Nerdrotic channel, my own channel on YouTube. And that's it. Eric, what about you?
You can find my show, It's Erik Nagel, on iHeart Podcasts, and always somewhere on one of the many programs over at compoundmedia.com.
Hey, since this was a shorter show, you want to come back tomorrow and be on the show again?
I've got nothing to do. Yeah. Well,
Let's do it.
Let's do it. There's a reason why we had to do this today, but you guys are going to find out soon. And let's bring us to the end of the world.
Dave's
Yay.
doing the pee-pee dance.
All right, guys. An 81-year-old grandmother from Chile has gone viral for playing online video games. What do you think her gamer tag is? And feel free, of course, to leave yours in the comments.
A lot of geriatric stories today.
There are.
What's her
indeed.
gamer tag? Smoke weed 40. No. Smoke weed 420 69. Because it's like, she's classic. She went back to the old days.
I like it.
Is that because she's 69 years old?
No.
Oh.
No, it's because she's wild in the sheets.
It's because she's got beaver sheets. Angela.
Gilf Hop Hooray.
I like it.
It's the new age of the rapping granny.
Yeah, there you go. What do you think?
I think I'm just going to go old school because she seems like the Me TV kind of watcher. I think she's
Okay.
just Maud.
I like it. I'm going to go plastic wrap furniture, cream pie queen. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
The old vinyl couches.
Classic. Classic.
Grandma's
Swipe 'em
got to
down.
put it on there, easy to dust off the old squirtins. All right, anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.
Oh, bye-bye.
All up in your face.